Okay. The second unit, the mechanically energy based different non-conventional process we have to study under this chapter. In last lecture, we have covered what is the need of non-conventional machining, how they are going to classify, what is the difference between non-conventional machining and traditional machining processes. And at the last, we discuss about the various non-conventional machining processes. Those are mainly based on different type of energy they are using. We are studying its working principle only and block diagram of different non-conventional machining processes such as abrasive jet, water jet, ultrasonic, electric discharge machining, plasma arc machining, chemical machining, laser beam machining, like on. Right. So in first chapter, you are getting a brief introduction regarding our subject, regarding non-conventional process, its introduction, its need, its classification, its comparison, and overview of all of these processes. Now, from the second chapter, we are mainly focused on specific type of the non-conventional energy processes. So that this unit number 2, it is a mechanical energy based processes. Which are those processes? There will be abrasive jet machining, water jet machining, abrasive water jet machining, and ultrasonic machining. These are the four processes you have to study under this chapter. This abrasive jet machining, in short, it is denoted by AJM. Water jet machining, WJM. Abrasive water jet, that is a combination of these two processes, that is the AWJM. And last one, that is the ultrasonic machining, that is the USM. You have to study all these four processes by considering this point. What is its working principle? What are the different equipments you are using to carry out that processes? What are the parameters you must have to consider in order to check the performance of that process? That is the then MRR, that is the material remove rate. What are the different techniques used to vary the material remove rate? And last one, no doubt, mainly what is the application of this particular process in a field of mechanical engineering, or where is it to be used. So in this chapter, we mainly focusing on these four processes by considering these all points. Now we consider with the first process, that is the abrasive jet machining. Write the heading or title of this first type of the mechanical energy base. Just from today, you write the notes in short in your notebook. Write the unit number 2, mechanical energy based processes. Okay. Then where we start with the first process, that is the abrasive jet machining. We divide this machining process into two parts. It is the first part in abrasive jet machining process. We discuss about the introduction, what is the working principle, what will be the mechanism for the removal of the material from the workpiece, which kind of experimental setup is to be used in case of abrasive jet machining, and what are the different elements, what are the different devices used in the experimental setup of abrasive jet machining system. Are you getting? We have to focus on these points. As I told you that we are now focusing on mechanical energy based non-conventional process, non-traditional process, or advanced machining process, right? These processes are mainly used for two purposes, machining and finishing. When machining is to be concerned, material is to be removed in a large quantity, right? In large amount. If finishing is to be considered, material is to be removed in a very small amount, but the surface roughness of that workpiece it will be a more. Where in machining we are removing more material as compared to the finishing, but the surface roughness is a less as compared to the finishing operation. Now, what are the mechanically energy based non-conventional machining processes? These are the four non-conventional machining processes which are based on mechanical energy. Which are those? First one, that is abrasive jet machining, where we are using the abrasive particles with the air, and that high velocity jet of abrasive particle is used to remove the material from the workpiece. Second, that is the water jet machining, where we are using the abrasive particles and that mix with the water. So we are getting the water jet, which includes abrasive particle, and that water jet is used to remove the material from the workpiece. Third one, that is the abrasive water jet machining. That is nothing but it is a combination of water plus abrasive. Here only you are using abrasive, here only you are using water, and here you are using abrasive plus water. So it will be abrasive water jet machining. And fourth one, that is the ultrasonic machining, where we are using the frequency of the tool transducer in order to remove the material from the workpiece. These all are the machining process, and these all are the finishing: abrasive flow finishing, magnetic abrasive finishing, chemo, mechanical polishing. Means it is a combination of chemical energy plus mechanical energy. Magnetorheological finishing, magnetic float finishing. These are the finishing processes. It will be not included in your syllabus, right? It will be for your some extra knowledge regarding this machining process. So this is the four different advanced machining processes you have to study under mechanical energy base. Write the name of the four mechanical energy based non-conventional machining process. Abrasive jet first, second water jet, third abrasive water jet, and fourth ultrasonic machining. Is the figure is visible clearly? Hello, reply audibly. Hello, I am audible. Anybody please reply. Hello, Girish, are you there? Okay. From this figure, your concept it will be clear that how this abrasive jet machining is to be working. If you are observing this figure, this is the nozzle. This will be the workpiece, right? And and this will be the air jet, means it is a mixing of air plus fine abrasive particles. So air abrasive particle, abrasive, what is abrasive? Abrasive is a small metal particle, those are having a sharp corner, right? And they mix with air, and that compressed air along with abrasive particles, it will be passing through this nozzle. So pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy, and you are getting high velocity jet of abrasive particles. So this will be the high velocity jet of abrasive particles. The distance between the top surface of the workpiece and the tip of the nozzle, that is called as the nozzle tip distance or stand off distance. What is another name for nozzle tip distance? That is the stand off distance, right? And if you are observing this figure, this will be called as a crater depth. Which one? From this surface to this depth. Here they are shown clearly. This is the upper surface. By striking of this high velocity abrasive jet, some of the material from the upper surface of the workpiece it will be removed, and because of that, that deep section it will be created over here, right? This will be called as a crater diameter, and from this surface to this depth, that much height, it will be called as a crater depth, right? What happen? There will be one compressor you require. By using that compressor, you are supplying high pressure air. Also, there will be one mixing chamber where we are mixing this high pressurized air along with the metal particles. That sharp metal particles are called as abrasives. And in mixing chamber, you are producing abrasive plus air mixture, and that high pressurized abrasive plus air mixture, now it is allowed to pass through this nozzle. What is the nozzle? Nozzle, it is having a gradually reducing cross sectional area, right? Convergent nozzle. So what happens when this high pressure air along with abrasive particles when passing through this nozzle area, this area, its pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy. So at the mouth or from the tip of the nozzle, you are getting high velocity abrasive jet, and that high velocity abrasive jet, when strike on the surface of this workpiece, it will remove the material from the workpiece by the action of erosion. That is the main important word in mechanical energy based non-conventional process, where material is to be removed from the surface of the workpiece by the action of erosion. Erosion, that is a word you keep in your mind, that will be responsible for removing the material from the workpiece in case of a non-conventional machining process which are based on mechanical energy. You draw this block diagram within a minute. Okay, I think you have completed this diagram. In short, whatever the operations is to be carried out during this average jet machining process, block diagram usually it will be shown on this slide. Average jet machining, how it works? Jet of inert gas, that is nothing but we may use the air plus fine abrasive particles. That will be called as a abrasive mixture. When it is passing through the nozzle, we are getting high velocity abrasive jet, and that jet it will strike on a workpiece at very high speed. And because of this high speed, when that high velocity abrasive jet strike on a workpiece, it will remove the material of the workpiece by the action of erosion. The material removal it will be takes place by erosion, or it may called as a chipping action, means small particles, digging of small particles. How it will be possible? Because of kinetic energy of abrasive particles convert into force, and that force it will erode the material of the workpiece. Where such kind of the machining processes are to be used, kind of operations can be done by using abrasive jet machining. It will be useful for cutting, cleaning, polishing, deburring, etc. And it will be a very effective for the hard material, brittle material, and hard and brittle material also. It can produce very fine, complicated details of the object. Means this abrasive jet machining can be utilized to machine hard and brittle material. At the same time, it will be useful to cut fine and complicated shapes. This is all about the abrasive jet machining. Make a point of this slide from the slides. You will take some time to write these points. Okay, over. Now, how this mechanism of material removal is to be carried out in case of abrasive jet machining. This slide it will show clear-cut picture of actual mechanism of removal of the material from the surface of the workpiece. As we told that there will be one nozzle, right? Through this nozzle, this abrasive plus air it will be passing. When it will be coming out from the tip or mouth of the nozzle, the pressure energy of this abrasive plus air particles it will be converted into kinetic energy, and you are getting high velocity abrasive jet at the tip of the nozzle, and the velocity of this jet, it will be near about 300 to 500 meter per second. Huge that huge velocity of the abrasive jet particles, it will be produced at the tip of the nozzle. When this high velocity abrasive jet, it will be strike on surface of the work, right? On the surface of the workpiece, at that time it will start to dig out or chip out or removing of the material, fine material from the workpiece of the work, from the surface of the workpiece. Here, the material is to be removed in this shape. It will be shown over here. These are the black dots you are observing with the sharp corner. These are the abrasive particles. And this dotted line, it will be shows the flow path of the air plus abrasive particles. Right? The distance between the tip or mouth of the nozzle and the surface of the workpiece, it will be called as the nozzle tip distance, or another word, that is the stand of distance, and it must be a maximum equal to 1 mm, and the diameter of this nozzle, it will be near about 0.3 to 0.5 mm. That is that much very small size of the diameter, it will be provided for the nozzle. Because of that, whatever the abrasive and air mixture, it will be coming out from the nozzle, it will providing high velocity of the abrasive jet. Why? Because the diameter of the nozzle, it will be a 0.3. If you are observing this nozzle, at the inlet of the nozzle, we are providing air plus abrasive particle with a very high pressure. When that high pressurized mixture of air plus abrasive, when it will be allowed to pass through this nozzle hole, which is having a diameter approximately 0.3 mm, then as this mixture is passing, its pressure energy, it will be converted into mechanical energy, because that pressurized mixture is allowed to pass through small opening of the nozzle, and you are getting high velocity of the abrasive jet, and the velocity, it will be ranging from 300 to 500 meter per second. If you are observing this one portion, it's an enlarged view, it will be shown over here. How the material removal mechanism is to be carried out. If this one is the one particle you are observing here, it is having a sharp edge. Because of striking with high velocity, the chipping and erosion actions, it will be takes place on a surface of the workpiece. And within a fraction of seconds, n number of these abrasive particles, it will be strike on a particular area, specific area of the workpiece. And because of that, by erosion action, the material from the surface of the workpiece is to be removed in the form of small particles, minute particles. When this action is to be over, you are getting such kind of a cavity is to be produced on the surface of the workpiece. That much amount of material, it will be removed from the surface of the workpiece. These are the wear particles. It will be that particle, those are removed from the surface of the workpiece, and this will be the cavity, it will be produced on a surface of the workpiece. The distance between the tip of the nozzle and the upper surface of the workpiece, it is called as the nozzle tip distance, NTD, or stand off, STANDOFF, stand off distance, and it will be a near about equal to 1 mm. And you always keep this distance constant, right? Don't allow the nozzle to move more than this distance. Otherwise, the action of material removal, that is, it will affect the rate of material removal or material removal rate in case of a abrasive jet machining. Draw this figure. And this arrow, it will show the feed, means we are keeping this distance constant, and you have to remove the material from the workpiece. For that purpose, we can provide the lateral movement for the workpiece, right? This will be the linear movement, and vertical it will be a lateral movement, right? So this feed, it will show the movement of the workpiece in order to remove the material from this workpiece. I think this diagram, it will be clear the process of material removal or mechanism of material removal in case of a abrasive jet machining. It will show clear cut idea regarding how material removal is to be takes place. That I have just told by observing this diagram. By using this high velocity jet of the water, it will have effect on cavity dimension. It will changes with a change in a nozzle tip distance. Means if you are changing the nozzle tip distance, the cavity, which cavity? This cavity, the dimension of this cavity, it will change if you are changing this nozzle tip distance. If you are changing this nozzle tip distance, abrasive particles repeatedly hit on the work surface, because high velocity water jet, it will be strike on a surface of the workpiece, and by repetitively striking or by impacting of these abrasive particles, erosion action, it will be takes place, and it will causes a removal of the material from the workpiece. Brittle fracture separates out teeny particles or wear particles to produce a cavity. Means we are using hard and brittle material. For machining of hard and brittle material, we are using the abrasive jet machining process. The cavity depth, it is always greater than or equal to nozzle inlet diameter. It will be, and again it will depend on a nozzle tip distance. Whatever the width of the cavity, this will be the width of the cavity. It will depend on a diameter of the nozzle, and it is always greater than the diameter of the nozzle. If nozzle diameter is 0.3, the width of the nozzle tip, it will be a more than 0.3, it is a 0.4, 0.5, and also it will be depends on a distance between the tip of the nozzle. Cavity depth depends on workpiece feed rate, abrasive particle mass or density, and pressure or velocity of the jet. Very fine point. Whatever the depth of this cavity, this much is the depth. In previous slide also, it shows over here. Huh? This will be the depth of the cavity. On which parameters it will be depend? It will be depend on a workpiece feed rate. how you are feeding this workpiece against this high velocity of a abrasive jet. Then density. Density means in this abrasive jet, what is abrasive jet? It is a mixture of air plus abrasive particles. There will be certain proportion. If you are using 60% air, 40% abrasive particles, or vice versa. You are using 40% air and 60% particle. Where in second condition, the number of abrasive particles in air it will be more as compared to the first condition. That is nothing but the density of the abrasive particles it will be a more. If density or number of abrasive particles it will be more in abrasive jet, it again affect the depth of the cavity. And last, that is the pressure, means how much pressurized a mixture of air and abrasive particle it will supply to the nozzle, and that pressurized mixture when it coming out from the tip of the nozzle, no doubt you are getting a high velocity jet. As pressure increases at the end from the tip of the nozzle, you are getting high velocity jet. If the pressure of air and abrasive particle mixture is less, you are getting the abrasive jet which is having a less velocity. So if you are varying the pressure, it will affect the variation in a velocity, and if variation of abrasive jet velocity, there will be a variation in a cavity depth. So these are the certain points which will affect the performance of the abrasive jet machining. It will consider abrasive particles, how this material is to be removed from the surface of the workpiece, what is the cavity, what is the cavity depth, on which parameter this cavity depth it will be depend, what is the cavity width, on which parameter this cavity width is depend, cavity depth it will be mainly depends on a feed rate, density and velocity of the abrasive. Read these points. What is the point we are discussing right now? Have you clear all the concept? Have you clear all the points? Reply please ऑडिओली. समजतंय का शिकवलेलं? हॅलो स्वप्नील, आर यू देअर स्वप्नील? ओके. एनीवन हॅव एनी क्वेरी? काय अडचण आहे का आता जे काही पॉइंट आपण कव्हर केले याच्यामध्ये? ओके स्वप्नील. नाव We'll move forward. This is the schematic diagram of abrasive jet machining, right? If you are observing this diagram, it will be clearly showing you how this abrasive jet machining operation is to be carried out. Here, as I told, we required high pressure abrasive plus air mixture is required, and that mixture of abrasive plus air, it will require high pressurized air and abrasive particle. That high pressurized air, how it will be produced? By using the compressor. Now this will be the compressor, right? It will suck the air from the atmosphere. What is the function of the compressor? It will increase the pressure by reducing its volume. So at the outlet of this compressor, you are getting high pressure air, right? If the pressure in a compressor, it will be goes beyond the limit of the compressor storage device, then you use the pressure relief valve. It will release the pressurized air, so that the pressure within this compressor tank, it will be remain, or it will be maintained within a specified limit of this compressor. Also, there will be air filter come dryer. What is the function of air filter? To purify the air. And what is the function of a dryer? If there will be any water particle which will be present in air, it will be gets absorbed or condensed by using this dryer. So this will be the accessory pressure relief valve and a air filter cum dryer. So at the outlet of this compressor, you are getting high pressure clean air. It will be free from dust, dirt, and water particle. And whatever the pressure of this compressed air is there, it will be shown by this pressure gauge. At the outlet of the compressor, whatever the air is we are providing for the next element, the pressure of that air, it will be indicating by using this pressure gauge. It will indicate the pressure of this air. Now, this will be the operating valve. By opening and closing of this operating valve, or this will be the pressure regulator, right? By opening and closing this operating valve, we can control the pressure of compressed air. How much pressurized air you have to supply to this next element. What is this next element? This is the mixing chamber, right? What is the mixing chamber? Mixing chamber is a device where we are supplying pressurized air from the compressor. At the same time, we are supplying small metal particles called as the abrasive. These abrasive particles from this abrasive feeder. This will be the abrasive feeder. जशी आपण पिठाची गिरणी असते, वरच्या बाजूने आपण ज्वारी टाकतो, राईट? त्या पद्धतीने इथं फीडर आहे हा. We are placing small metal particles called as abrasive over this in this feeder, and it is provided with some certain kinds of the vibrations. Because of that, these abrasive particles, because of vibrating action, they move in downward direction, where they mix with the compressed air. And at the outlet of this mixing chamber, we are getting the mixture of the abrasive particle plus air, right? And the pressure of that mixture, it will be shown by this pressure gauge, right? And that high pressurized mixture of abrasive plus air, now it is allowed to pass through this nozzle. Now this is allowed to pass through this nozzle. What is nozzle? Nozzle is a device which is having a gradually decreasing cross-sectional area, which will having a convergence section, right? What is the effect of convergence section? It will help to convert pressure energy into kinetic energy. As at the inlet of this nozzle, we are providing high pressurized mixture of air plus abrasive particle, and that pressurized mixture, when come in out from the tip of the nozzle or mouth of the nozzle, its pressure energy is converted into kinetic energy. So at the tip of the nozzle, you are getting high velocity abrasive jet. Its a velocity it is a near about 500 meter per second, and such a huge velocity abrasive jet when strike on a surface of this workpiece. This is a picture. It will be used to clamp the workpiece or to fix the workpiece, right? And from this tip or mouth of the nozzle, you are getting high velocity water jet. It will be striking on a surface of the workpiece. The distance between the tip of the nozzle and upper surface of the workpiece, it is called as the nozzle tip distance. And what I said, that is a another word, stand off distance. When this high velocity water jet, it will be strike on a workpiece, it will removing the material from the upper surface of the workpiece by the action of the erosion. If you are observing this diagram, it will be clearly indicating. This will be the nozzle, gradually reducing cross-sectional area. High velocity air plus abrasive particle coming in this nozzle. The nozzle diameter, it is very small, up to 0.3 mm. Through this small diameter, high pressurized mixture when coming out, it is having a very high velocity near about 500 meter per second. When it will be strike on upper surface of the workpiece, repetitive action of this abrasive particles when it will be happen at a specific area of the workpiece, the material from the workpiece it will be removed by the action of erosion, and the cater or cavity it will be generated at the surface of the workpiece. The distance between the tip or mouth of the nozzle and upper surface of the workpiece, it is called as a SOD, stand of distance, or NTD, nozzle tip distance. So this is the schematic diagram of abrasive jet machining. Draw this block diagram, name the various parts of this setup block diagram, right? You have to draw such kind of the diagram in exam. So you draw this diagram in your notebook. Hmm. Is it over? Okay. Means in case of abrasive jet machining, we must require compressor. You must require the abrasive feeder in order to produce the mixture of the abrasive and air. You must require the mixing chamber, and ultimately, in order to convert this high pressure mixture of abrasive and air particles in order to high velocity of abrasive jet, we require the air, sorry, nozzle. And to remove the material from the surface of the workpiece, the rate of material removal, it will be depend on a diameter of the nozzle, distance between the tip of the nozzle and the surface of the workpiece, that is the stand of distance, how much pressurized air you are supplying, how much is the velocity of the water abrasive jet, what is the material you are using for the workpiece, how feed is to be given for the workpiece. These all parameters, those are affecting the performance of the abrasive jet machine. Now, what are the different elements of abrasive jet system? First element, that is a gas propulsion system. If you are considering gas propulsion system, up to this part, it will become under the gas propulsion system. Means you have to take air from the atmosphere, increases the pressure by reducing volume. If pressure is beyond limit, use relief valve to filter and purify the air. Use the air filter, some dryer to measure the pressure of the compressed air. Use pressure gauge to regulate the flow of compressed air. You use the operating valve or pressure regulator. Abrasive feeder. Second element, that is the abrasive feeder. This will be the abrasive feeder. It will be a one kind of a storage tank. It will consist of the, it will filled with the small sharp edge metal particles, and in order to allow such particles in this mixing chamber, we are providing certain kind of a vibrating motion to this abrasive feeder. This is the abrasive feeder. As I given an example of a flour mill, where upper part of the feeder we are putting the grains, and that upper feeder part, it will always having a certain vibrating motion, so that in equal quantity grain it will be passed in a crushing mechanism of the flour. Mixing chamber, sorry, the typing mistake is there. Machining chamber, mixing chamber. This will be the mixing chamber where we are supplying high pressure air plus abrasive particle. Mixture is to be produced over here. Then abrasive jet machining nozzle. This will be the nozzle where we are supplying high pressurized mixture of abrasive jet. Abrasive, that is a metal particle. It may vary different types of the material, different types of the shape and size of the abrasive. Means abrasive, it may vary in its shape, in its size, in its shape and material. Right? These are the certain criteria by which we can classify these abrasive particles. And for a particular application, particular abrasive particles are to be used. Write down these elements of abrasive system. Gas propulsion system, it includes compressor and other accessories in order to regulate the flow of the compressed air. Abrasive feeder for the supply of the abrasive particles. Mixing, here you make correction, that is mixing chamber, where we are mixing compressed air with the abrasive particles. Abrasive nozzle where pressurized energy of abrasive plus air particle, mixture of abrasive plus air, it will be converted into kinetic energy, so that we are getting the high velocity jet of abrasive. And abrasives are the nothing but the small sharp edge tiny metal particles. It may vary based on which type of the material is to be used, what are the size of the abrasive, and what will be the shape of the abrasive. Now, what are the abrasives? As I discussed that abrasives, they are made from certain kind of the material. It may consist of alumina, silicon carbide, certain glass beads, sodium bicarbonate, and the selection of these abrasive particles, it will be based on certain parameters, like for which kind of the material you have to remove the workpiece, which is the material of the workpiece, how much material remove rate you required, how much accuracy you needed. On based on these points, the selection of these abrasive particles, it will depend. Whatever the alumina and sodium bicarbonate abrasive particles you are using, it mainly used for cleaning, cutting, and deburring operation. Cleaning for removing small particles, cutting to dividing the one part into two parts, deburring whatever the burr it will be produced in previous operation, it will be removed by deburring. Silicon carbide, it is the used, such kind of abrasive particles are used for the machining of the harder material like titanium. Glass beads, these are the abrasive particles. They are used for matte finish, rough finish. Whatever the size of the abrasive, it will vary between 10 to 15 microns. If the size is a smaller one, such kind of the type of the abrasive particles are used for cutting and polishing operation. And large size abrasive particles, they are used for the cutting or machining operation. Whatever the abrasive particles, once you use it for a particular application, such abrasive particles cannot be recommended to for reuse. Why it is? Because they are get contaminated with the chips, because such contaminated abrasive particles, it may block the passage of the nozzle, because the diameter of the nozzle, it is near about zero point 0.3 to zero point 0.4 mm. And reused particles, if you are using, the machining or cutting ability of this particle, it will be gets reduced, right? And it will reduce the cost by reusing. No doubt we are reducing the cost, but cutting ability and contaminated abrasive particles, they may block the passage of the nozzle. These are the different types of the abrasives. Read it. Okay, we will stop over here. If anybody have any query up to this abrasive point, please feel free to ask me. Only 24 students are there. What about the remaining? Please improve the attendance. Very good. Write your attendance in chat box. Is everyone have written their roll number in chat box? Okay. Last lecture also I have taken. I will take about P production engineering. Sorry, product what is plastic engineering of Utpat. We'll continue the remaining part of this abrasive jet machining in today's last lecture. So we'll stop over here. Thank you. Anybody still remaining, write your roll number in chat box. Sonali Sawan, is any problem? Are you there, Sonali? Okay, we will stop over here.